policy in the Bay Area. Good evening, everyone. I'm Gail Searon.
I'm Bob Height. A teenager is in very critical condition tonight. Another is on the run from police after a pursuit came to a sudden stop this morning. We have team coverage tonight, from questions over police chases to family reaction. Here's how it began. Police say they spotted 3 teens in a stolen car in St. Petersburg. They say the car took off over the Gandy Bridge to Tampa with police following. It all ended when the car smashed into a tree at Himes Avenue and Vasconia Street.
We begin our team coverage with News Channel 8's Mark Strassman. He is at the police impound lot in Tampa where they took what's left of the car. Mark, it really is amazing anyone got out of that car alive.
Yeah, I guess so, Gail. I mean, take a look at this awful wreckage. And as you do, keep in mind a couple of things. This was a high-speed crash. It was not a high-speed chase. And the teenagers clearly made a couple of mistakes. They were in a stolen car, and for miles, they refused to stop for a cop. Still, this crash spotlights a tough debate among police about when it's time to give up the chase. This high-speed crash followed a lower-speed pursuit across 2 counties in Tampa Bay. And just as surely as the stolen car ran into this tree, the St. Pete cop on its tail ran into another police agency's differing policy on pursuit.
We can pursue stolen automobiles. I mean, we're allowed to do that. That's a felony. We can do that. Unlike Tampa.
When the St. Pete cop crossed the Gandy into Tampa, Tampa police refused to join the pursuit. Tampa police spokesman Steve Cole.
We let them know we're not going to get involved, and because basically we don't chase auto thefts. Unless it's a violent crime against a person, we're not going to chase people.
Last summer, Indian Rocks police chased a teenage driver. Speeds reached 100 miles an hour before the teenager slammed into and killed a waitress driving home from work. When to put the brakes on pursuit, an ongoing policy review for police agencies.
And we're not going to put our officers in danger or other innocent citizens trying to catch juveniles that are going to end up going back home to mom and dad.
And certainly we need to use this case as an example to further our discussion.
So it's possible that the case could create a change.
I would say this case could play a part in our review of the existing policy.
That ongoing debate weighs the value of property against the value of people. Now, among St. Pete police, there was already a policy review underway about pursuits even before this crash happened. And in both Tampa and St. Petersburg, police officers must get the okay from supervisors before they take part in a pursuit or a chase at any speed. Gail?
Mark, how exactly did this crash this morning accelerate from low...
Policemen pursued them across the Gandy Bridge. Tampa police refused to help because their policy is to chase only people suspected of violent crimes. The other 2 involved in the crash are in Tampa General tonight, one in critical condition. The distraught mother of 17-year-old Alberto Orsini talked with News Channel 8, but didn't want to be seen. Incredibly, as it seems, she blames police for the crash, even though her son is involved in the theft of a car and has a history of encounters with law enforcement officials.
And I just can't help thinking if he wasn't chased, if they weren't chased, then this wouldn't have happened.
The other young man hospitalized at Tampa General is 20-year-old Armando Rodriguez, and Tampa police continue tonight to search for 16-year-old Omar Carujo. The only true victim in this case is the woman who owns the stolen car. Beth Hoxenson says her auto insurance ran out 2 days ago. Ironically, just today, she got the money to pay her insurance policy.
I'm devastated because I can't really afford to replace the car. I mean, I'm a full-time student, and I was lucky enough to get the car, and I really don't see how I'm going to replace it.
Beth says she earned some money substitute teaching, but now doesn't have a way to get to her job.
The president finally found someone for a job that has been vacant since he took office. He named 37-year-old Boston lawyer Deval Patrick as Assistant U.S. Attorney General.
Was being committed here. He says the people who committed that crime need to take responsibility for their own actions.
Once a child can discern right from wrong, then they need to be held accountable for doing what society says is wrong against what society says is right.
Ironically, the mother of Carujo and Rodriguez says she came to Tampa to get away from crime.
I lived in Chicago for 17 years, and I moved over here for I don't want my kids being gang, and look what happened.
Jeff Patterson, News Channel 8.
Tampa police say charges are pending in the accident.
That wraps up our team coverage of the pursuit. We'll keep an eye on the story and let you know if Omar Carujo turns himself into police. The stage is set for opening arguments in Brandon's infamous across the Gandy Bridge, and then it crashed just a few minutes later. The driver is hospitalized at Tampa General tonight. Another man is arrested, and then police are looking for a third person.
Sensitive wetlands and forests in East Pasco County are being destroyed by wild hogs.